spot. This is Duppy. Now, today we go into the Spring Garden community. You know, say some of the video them would like to save until Sundays, when time people cook them rice and peas, right, and a chill out. So, Spring Garden. This is a community where, believe it or not, used to be very peaceful. Just like enough place in Jamaica, for decades, residents in these communities never even know what trouble look like. Of course, so you have the little, personal disputes here and there, man and woman thing gone bad here and there. But in terms of gang warfare and, outright badness and people living in fear, that wasn't the case in Spring Garden. Well, it's the case now. And number one on the list, the most wanted 87 in the community right now, is a youth by the name of Mutumbo. Now you're probably thinking, Mutumbo? So the good basketball player turned 87? No, we're not talking about him. We know so the younger viewers them now go pick up on a reference there. But we're talking about Mutumbo the 87. This is a youth, right, that is currently tormenting the community. People say in favor of living Duppy. That's because Mutumbo is starting to suffer from what I'm going to refer to as Prekey boy-itis. When at 87, start forget the whole heap of death and destruction upon them, and then, the bush life, right, them start to transform. This youth make people afraid just by his looks. Right? So say, right, him have an appearance to just emit death and destruction. Now recently, things take an extra spooky turn. Because, you see, a kerosene, as usual, is playing a major role in what go on in a Spring Garden. A matter of fact, you could almost say the kerosene is playing the role of the acidic creative director. The 87 them are do the dirty work, right? But she's basically calling the shots. You see, there's a girl named Aviari. I'm telling you about Mutumbo. Right? Well, you see, Aviari are them kerosene. She had a dispute with a man named Samo. Samo ended up losing life because Aviari, right, programmed Mutumbo to kill Samo. But here is the thing. Samo is Aviari's uncle. Yes, an uncle and his niece have a dispute. And the niece met the 87 kill our uncle. Now, even though Mutumbo is the main 87 in all of this, you know have him like a gang, and one of the members of him gang was actually a female 87 by the name of Manframe. Now, I say female 87 because I know say enough people are going to mix it up and say kerosene. Right? Her real name is Kerry-Ann Dixon. They call her Manframe, and that is probably the most accurate name a criminal has ever had in Jamaica. Because even though she's a female, from a distance, you could have never tell. Now, Manframe ended up lose fear life shortly after Samo, but it was some rival gang who take her out. Now, when you look on the picture of them, of Manframe, lying on the ground, right, if you just show it to somebody and say, look on that brother here, they would tell you, say, what his name? They would not say, what's her name? Because as I say, Manframe live up to her name. Right now, I can post a picture of them on Patreon because as I say, she lied down and get shut up and she bleed, so I can't post anything there on YouTube. So I'm going to put them on Patreon. So, Samo dead, then Manframe dead, but it not stop there so. So, the kerosene I'm telling about, Aviari, she end up saying, right, Mutumbo them, well, more like Carrie, because somebody have to point out the exact location and make sure say, the intel is very accurate, because one thing with criminals, they work off a very serious intel. They might get somebody carry them directly to the yard, point out this, point out that. Somebody will tell them, alright, she gonna work, she gonna town, right, in down the road. For them intel, very accurate. So, she carry Mutumbo them, right, to rob our owner auntie. The man then go into the house, two people in the house, the man made the pit them lay down, threaten to kill them, if they not tell them which part the money there and all of that. Right? So them end up take much hundreds of thousands and go about their business. So again, say them work off a serious intel. Remember, the people them rob, right, is related to the kerosene who carry them upon the robbery. So you see all of the spookiness was surround Samo. Him dead, right? his sister end up get robbed or them broke in her house and thief money from her. And they also tried to break into his mother's house. Right now, that wasn't very successful, right? But you can bet them probably gonna try again. People have been telling her to leave the community, so she now leave her house, right? And it has started to remind me of the whole Charmaine Ratchet thing. You see, people are warning her, them say they might come back, they might go do this, they might go do that, just leave. Now a lot of people are confused as to why Samuel's mother is refusing to leave, because they might already make an attempt, right? And people are saying, just go on and left the house. But I understand why enough people don't want to run left them house. Right, let me just get this straight. In a situation where 87s are threatening, right, to hurt somebody, right, so them are going to break in a house and then catch them are going to do this and that, the common sense thing to do is to leave that house, right? But I understand why some people decide that they're not going away. When somebody spend them whole life working hard, buying them block and cement and bill and put together in a place, and then them are going to use criminals, say them have to left, think about that, right? I could just stay up on this issue for a while because it's bigger than even Spring Garden, because it happen all over Jamaica. When somebody, you say, criminals, right, abad them up and now them supposed to run or left them place, understand say things like that, right, why enough people lose all faith in the government and the security forces. Because no criminal not supposed to make no citizen of a runway left them house and left it. How much countries you know when nobody can bad up somebody and make them walk out of them legally owned property? If the government even want to build one road through your yard, right, them supposed to compensate you on them things. Right? But criminals are going to stay there, say left your yard, right, and you have to run the left it. So even though we know say at the end of the day, yes, are material things and yes, are vanity, yes, it's the common sense thing to do, I understand fully why some people say them not going away. But in this situation, right, Samuel's mother, if you're listening, it doesn't sound like you have an army around you. It doesn't sound like you have the means to fight it out with them. So, grandma, just go lay low somewhere else, right, until things blow over. Because this youth Mutumbo, right, based on how he behave, I don't think he's going to be around much longer. Right? But the last time I telling you about Preke boy, right, I'm say it don't sound like he might go there road much longer. The security forces in Mobile, the government, politicians, we have people in a spring garden that are currently having to runway left them property because criminals have them living in fear. Old Mutumbo and his motley crew of 87s, right, must have done so much damage, right, to the point of people who spend them whole life in a spring garden. Now if you hide, if you take with themselves, if you say, alright, well, make a run to left everything. What kind of society we have when regular run-of-the-mill 87s can do so much damage? We're not even talking about no major organization, you say, no. In the grand scheme of things, when you talk about Mobile gangs, Mutumbo and Film 87s them, right, they're not exactly the biggest gang in the whole wide world. And they're mostly known for robberies and petty thief and broken a house and them things. We're talking about troublemaker 87s, yeah, so. We're talking about 87s, right, we shouldn't even be around this long. But nevertheless, we know that in Jamaica, it takes somebody to get real bad and to rain down whole heap of destruction and whole heap of death until they say something happen. Now one thing I have to mention, even though you hear me talk about Mutumbo and how much destruction I rain down in the community and how people afraid of him and all them things there, understand say, him have family and friends in a spring garden too. And them are helping. They're helping to protect him. They're giving him information and he's using it to devastating effect because the people who might use it against, right, in the community can't exactly fight back. As me say, you might target people's sister, people's mother, right, some little business place say, you know it already. The average Jamaican can't defend himself. Any little 87 will take up gun, next thing you know, he start run off place. Because once him start knock on two door and people realize say, oh, them have gun, well then, alright, what you want? Okay sir, yes sir. And people start falling in line. Citizens of Jamaica can't defend themselves against people like Mutumbo. And to make things worse, them know the community better than the security forces. So Them know which part to go hide, and them know the hilly part them and the bushy part them, right? So it will require a bit of creativity to get to them. But it's not impossible. Far from it. So right now, as usual, I'm telling you say, I'm tired of the excuse them. We're tired of the, oh, we're trying to see what's going to happen and we're making efforts and we're stepping up. Need to see some results. People in Mobi and Jamaica in general tired of the excuses. Mutumbo and him little gang, right, I go around, I cause beer problem, just like other gangs, right, they're able to turn communities that were once peaceful and quiet in a ghost town. Night time nobody no want to walk, people are in shop, right, as night come down, they want to lock it up, cause they're afraid, then they might hear say, pay extortion. It can't continue. The people them need to be able to live and have some kind of freedom. I tell them say citizens on the road are live like them that jail. Lock up in a house, can't move. It's like a house arrest. Citizens who are not criminals are live like them under house arrest. And the man them who are criminals are walk up and down freely. This is madness. Security forces have to do something about Mutumbo. And the security forces need to start bringing these kerosene because they're playing the role of creative directors. Most of them 87s, but them David are Sims. Them can just tell them say, we do this and man go kill people. That girl Aviary caused beer problem in the community. Right now she's probably more despised than even Mutumbo. Because even though them do the shooting, right, as she a dictate who forget this and who not forget this. So that girl is knee deep in their acidity. But in all of this, I want you to understand. Mutumbo have him supporters them, him have family and friends in the community. So don't be surprised if you see, as usual, one of them go try do some kind of PR film and try paint the narrative say, boy, me don't know why them a talk about the youth, him not do nobody nothing. Me don't know why him bad mind the youth for, right? I just a good youth, just a call the youth name, left youth alone. Of course, these are agents, right, trying to change the narrative. But by now, we don't know them thing they work. Anyway, me could see what your favorite leaders them do because the call have to come down. But if a JCF or JDF, right, I go take care right, but something has to be done. Anyway, me could see it play out. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Yeah, you don't know, more life. Vulture squad, stay circling. Bless.